Namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. I hope you're having a blessed and beautiful reality. Today I'm gonna light some sage because I'm feeling we need something a little bit heavier than Palo Santo. Palo Santo is wonderful for clearing, as is lots of different air purifiers, aura purifiers, energy cleansers, natural pieces of earth. Elements, earth element, combined with fire element to create smoke, air element. Do you understand the magic? Is the alchemy making sense? So we're going to burn a little bit of sage. As sage does the same thing as Palo Santo, but it also, as well as clearing, sage invokes, right? So you have to be careful when working with sage if you don't know what you're doing, because intentions and energy in creation with conjuring can have really bad karmic repercussions. I have on here, by the way, I have a smorgasbord of post-it notes. I have been downloading and downloading and downloading. I've shifted multiple shifts since the last time I posted, speaking of shifting, like dimension hopping. But unconscious damage comes back as karmic consequences, right? So like you're doing damage when you don't know what you're doing, if your intentions aren't aligned with heart. And then in the invocation, unconsciously damage is done, and there's karmic repercussions to that damage. 1 second. All right, I'm back. My daughter tried to come in, and as she left, I warned her, if you leave, don't come back for 30 minutes. But children, you know, they have a mind of their own. We love them. We love their beautiful, beautiful ascended souls. I'm still with the D&D music. I like it. It's magical. We're talking magic, so like let magic be magical. Yeah. So I've got all these post-its, and I have on here, on this one, it says, I can't make you happy, but I can feed you. Love is the wisdom, right? This is my soul food. This is like my wisdom. I can feed you if it resonates. So we're going to make it rain some wisdom today. And if the message is for you, take what resonates. If it's not, you know how to move on. I don't know. I just, whatever. We don't give our energy to that stuff. So like, I'm going to feed you some wisdom, and then I'm going to make some spaghetti, but not that kind of spaghetti. You know, you don't want to eat everybody's food. I have some stories about spaghetti, and if you know, you know, but you don't want to eat everybody's food. So, this is chosen ones. I have a message for the chosen ones, okay? And it says, okay, so we're getting these collective messages, and for me, I'm gonna drop a quick tangent to get back to this, but for me, when I was going through my fear paralysis, my PTSD from narcissistic abuse, I was into this confirmation bias phase where I was addicted to confirming my intuition. So I would do my own meditations. I would pull my own cards. I would be present. I would do all of that stuff to get to my conclusion. So, you know, like I am good. But then I would need to hear it confirmed over and over and over and over again. So I would watch all of the readers that I resonate with tell me the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it kept me in a loop I was in my own loop on the healing journey. So it's a plateau. There's levels, new devils. So in this loop, I had ascended from where I was, right? But in this place, I was in this loop now, in this confirmation bias, needing confirmation, feeding the dopamine to feel safe, because I was there, but there was like spiritual PTSD, and that spiritual PTSD needed to move, right? So the message coming through is like, you got to be quiet, like move in silence. But the message is also like, speak your truth. And that can be like confusing if you don't have discernment. So I broke this down as silence your dreams and your projects, the things that haters can hate. And you know what hater energy does? Hater energy, it's like you get this like pendulum going on something, and you tell somebody that you love and trust, and you want them to get excited for you because like you can see the vision, and like in the vision everybody wins, but like they can't see the vision. And then that evil eye energy of what they can't do, they project that you can't do, and then you start feeling like you can't do, and then like things come into your life that make you, or that cause you, I won't say make you, because nothing can make you have free will, but they cause you, because it's so easy to be manipulated. They cause you to like put aside what you were just passionately like ignited about, right? So that is how black magic works, and it works through your loved ones. Everybody can become a flying monkey if they're in a lower energy. It's the 7, right? It's in all the biblical stuff, but there's the 7 virtues and the 7, and it was 707, and then the 7 sins, right? And like my favorite freaking song is by Prince, 7, right? There's a lot to that. Do your research. Don't wait for someone to tell you. If you feel something resonate, that is an activation to research, okay? But speak about the injustice. Nothing is going to change if it never changes. If no one ever speaks up, it's just going to be the few speaking up that are able to be Nipsey hustled, taken out, right? But you're silenced, repressed. My very first blog post on Random Acts of Candace was called the Facebook Fake, where I exposed like people's fake realities, how people aren't their energy, how they're not their truth. And I didn't want to be that. So that was the journey. The journey to self-love was not being that, and exposing everything in my life that wasn't of that. And I had escaped a prison. I had escaped my marriage, which was, it was very abusive for me. And I know that there are people who don't like me to speak that truth. I know there are people who still don't like me to speak that truth, but it was abusive. And I lived it, and I've forgiven it, and I've healed from it. And like, all I wish is healing for everyone. But I did live it, I did escape it, and I talked about it, and I wrote about it publicly. And when I went back into the industry, dancing as an adult dancer, I was a blogger, a self-love blogger, and I openly blogged about being a dancer on this journey. I was very much the rebel Buddha archetype, but I was living my life as I needed to, authentically for me in the time, and I have no regrets. It was my journey. I had to liberate my soul from oppression and abuse and slavery, and I had to find that wild woman inside who is a caged bird, right? And I did that, and I lived that, but things happened in that process that caused trauma, as it does to all of us. They want to take our wings. They want to put us in a cage. It's like the hunter that captures the wild panther or the exotic cat just to put it in a cage in its house to say that I captured it. But that's not love, because that animal lives in the jungle. It doesn't live in a cage in your house, right? It's natural. It's wild. And but I was out there and I was healing. I was healing, but I was like loud about my healing. And prideful. I was prideful. I made it out the cage and I wanted to show other people how to do it. So I was blogging about it and I was free. And I was raising my children in my freedom, living how I wanted to live, doing what I wanted to do, creating my own world. And a lot of people didn't like that. And escaping one narcissist and pridefully boasting about it allowed me to become target for another, where I was baby trapped, love bombed, and narcissistically abused, manipulated. My children were alienated from me and weaponized strategically, so strategically. And now he's trying to do it to my youngest son right now. It's unconscious. It's so unconscious. But I exposed this narcissism publicly on my blog. And I became a target while I told him all of my dreams for years. All my hopes, all my dreams, while he secretly pretended to be my biggest supporter. And planned the attack like a chess player to line it up while discrediting me. I'm building my practice as a healer, as a self-love coach. I wanted to teach people how to heal their hearts and love themselves. Do you hear that? How to heal your heart and love yourself. And I told him his heart was broken and that he needed to love himself, and that he was trying to use our son, if it's his son, because there is a truth that it may not be his son. The other potential father is dying, cancer, stage 4, and wants nothing to do with it, and hasn't since day 1. And I thought I was making the best choice. The father who wanted to be a father. But he only wanted to be a father because he needed my son, a son, to do what he couldn't do. So he's pushing my child to follow the path that his father wanted for him, that he failed to become. But my son is not for sale. My son has his own life. He has his own choice. He has the right to choose without being told, controlled, manipulated. It's happening right now. Right now. My child is so smart. He's light. He's just light. You can't manipulate light. He's the light, you know? Like, I'm going to call a spade, and this man needs healing. He needs mind healing. He needs heart healing. He needs whole body healing. And I pray that for you. 1414 on my timer. May you find peace. But Jacob left this Holly here before he left, and he keeps referencing Stranger Things. So, like, if you know, and you know Holly, and you know Stranger Things, we're going to light a candle for Holly's archetype. And let the light shine bright, as the light does shine bright, right? But you have to speak the injustice. And the revolution right now, another post-it, we're moving on. Another is between consciousness divided between fear and dysregulation versus light and regulation. There is a whole reality of people who are not regulated and they're in a state of fear because of all propaganda, whatever. They're in fear, and in that state of fear, they're causing harm. They're hurting people, and it's demonic. Because they're hurting people because they're just afraid. But then there's this whole reality, this parallel reality of light, where people are regulated and they're like, all this old shit needs to go anyways because it's so evil, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt that we know how to be better. We know how to do better. We are love. We are wisdom. We are ancient souls awakened. Do you hear that, chosen one? Ancient soul awakened. Who cares what your 3D looks like? Who cares what your 3D looks like? You know your heart, you know your soul, you know your mind, right? Speak your truth and move in silence, right? I have, what else do I have? So, ooh, where do I want to go with this? This one. Ugh, this fell out of my cards on the floor, this death magic thing. And the thing is, like, that is the energy of souls being awakened. As that little flea bug flies around me. Souls being awakened, right? Your light is powerful. It's powerful enough to shift the entire timeline for the entire collective. And there's an entire energy that doesn't want that to happen. It's bigger than me and you. It's not personal. It's vibrational. So if you're choosing not to heal, if you're holding grudges, if you're making power plays because you want revenge, if you're hurting people because you're hurt, you're playing into the black magic. That is sucking your soul and keeping you out of your heart. Because that little boy just wants his daddy to love him, as that dad just wants to love his little boy. But you can't do it when the heart is not healed. The heart's got to be healed, or you're causing damage. Ugh. This, okay? The pirate. Anger, spirit, R, right? The pirate. Catbird Angel brought this download to me, and this pirate has been big part of my life in the first warlock. And I call them warlock because if you are targeting a pure soul, then you are a wielder of dark magic. It's just freaking common natural law, right? Cosmic law. But this pirate is angry. It's an anger spirit, right? And it's like, we have to rebuke that anger, that pirate, that energy. That gets in the way of love. And stop glorifying it. Stop glorifying the anger. The alcoholism, the narcissism, the vengeance. It's glorified. It's false lights. And it programs like a microchip into our firmament, into our creating our reality, where we are a villain causing harm to those we love, repeating toxic cycles, feeling as the victim, not seeing through the open eyes in an illusion and a delusion of a reality. It's not your truth. So, these two post-its here, it says, so, okay, yeah, so like I just got over a sore throat, right? That took over, invaded My lungs got heavy, hacking out mucus. Took me out. I had to sleep for like 24 hours. And then on the full moon, I woke up in the middle of the night, like between 3 and 4 a.m., vomiting profusely with a migraine so intense that the vomiting came from the pain. Okay, now I know, okay, that macro and micro, because I have haters that I know are hating. I just know, like, you've exposed yourself. Dummy dum dum. And I say that with unconditional love because you're unconscious and you don't have to be, if you just actually go into your heart. But I have on here, is it black magic? Is it ascension symptoms? Is it just a fucking cold? It doesn't matter. Ooh, retract. Freaking cold. It doesn't matter, right? It's a signal. Your body is speaking to you. Listen to it, right? Call it what you want. Someone's attacking you, you're ascending, you're sick, whatever, allergies. Listen to it. Listen to the signal. Be above figuring out whatever it is and just stop. Get quiet. Listen to the signal. Rest. Hydrate. Get in the sun. Take a walk. Your body knows, your ancient soul knows what it needs for whatever is coming at you. Okay? You're a higher intelligence, you divine being. Rest. Stop focusing on who is doing what. Flip your thoughts to your personal power. Okay? I know a lot of who's doing what, and I know a lot of... There's a whole lot that I don't even know, but I can feel, right? And then there's the macro, like there's one of those death towers behind me. They say it's a cell tower, but let's be real, our internet cuts out like all the time, and our cell service is crap without the internet on. And if that was a cell tower that close, I would have the best freaking reception ever, but I don't. So I know that my migraines and a lot of the source of the chaos in my reality, including Bow's flies, has a lot to do with that death tower. So, but, we kill the flies and we strengthen our chakra system and we build our Merkaba and we clear our energy, and we're in this world, we're not of it, but we have the tools and we have to be silent to hear those tools, right? Do I have any more messages? Oh, this one is good. This one is good, and I might end with this. Okay. Should this be a whole new video? I don't know. Whatever, let's do it. So I have one here. So I got the Divine Feminine activates or exposes. And I feel that energy within the collective, like all over, like whether you're a male or a female, it's the rising of this divine feminine, this energy that we're in right now. It's like people in the world, if they're ascending, your presence activates them. You activate each other. There's activations happening, right? And if it's not, you're just exposing. It's like the entities have to show themselves, right? The masks just can't just sit right in front of you. That energy. But this is about MK Ultra. And I can get in trouble, but no, because you know what? I've already said too much. I've been flagged since the beginning. Like, whatever, let's do it. Alchemizing the music breaks MK Ultra, and I'm gonna explain how. My playlist, I started with a song from the Spiritual Court TV Neffy. She said today an Aaliyah song, and I wanted to hear that song, so I put it on and created a playlist. And the playlist took me back to my past, but then Fabulous Into You came on, and I had a memory of a past with a past warlock. And I'm gonna say warlock because this man has tried to kill me in so many ways, in multiple lifetimes. But and I said out loud, that was when the MK Ultra hit, and I put songs. Okay, I'm gonna show you this genius, and I'm gonna share it with you because my mentor, Dr. Nana, he said, just give. So I'm just gonna give, because like we live these short, beautiful lives, as Frater says, and this is it, this life right here, right now. So I'm just gonna gift this to you, and whatever you do with this, if it doesn't resonate, like whatever, call me crazy like the ones that do, but like you're crazy until they call you crazy until they call you genius, right? But the songs associated with the love bombing phase, you know, the love bombing phase, right? It could happen in everything. Any relationship has a love bombing phase. It's just that energy is like, it's amazing. Okay, if a song associated with that phase becomes emotional hooks attached to whichever chakra, energy center, right? The chakras of the energy centers was affected, like sex, love, mental, like whatever. Okay, so during the love bombing phase, we get hooks that are linked to songs. Now, after the love bombing phase, these songs start causing different chemicals that cause pain. Okay, and then the relationship ends. And then that song is a permanent chord causing pain on an energy chakra, on an energy center that's pulling your energy via those emotions to the person associated with that trauma. Okay? So the person associated with that trauma is able, through that chord, to get energized when you feel, right? So that's how people are pulling from us even when they're not in our lives, because you still feel and you're still feeding that cord. Okay? But it goes deeper, as does the creator of that piece of art, if it's a song, music, right? And those who have rights. That's the dark contracts, right? So that's how you're feeding the machine your valuable currency. So to break the contract and remove the hook, you alchemize the music. You break the programming, right? So I was onto this already, and I'm gonna link an Instagram video that I made like a couple years ago when I was gypsying. I was living in a box truck with my yoga teacher, traveling from places that he taught yoga to when my kids were young, and I was getting to live my gypsy dream because I want a bus. I always wanted a bus, and I just want to go on my bus, right? And then have a home base to park when I want to travel. But like, that dream's been freaking under attack since like I first spoke of it. But like, love wins, y'all, and they came after the wrong ones. So, but yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that. That was a lot. And take with that whatever you want to do with that. But if you're in the industry, if you're in the music, if you're in the business of creating, the energy and the intention that you put into that creation has the power to energetically charge an entire collective. Make wise choices. I love you. Love wins. Hi. I am driving, in California, and it is a terrifying thing to do, driving in California. People just like are ruthless out here. But
keep left onto US 101 North.
I'm always up for the adventure, right? That's me. So I'm listening to 90s R&B. That is the playlist that's on, and a couple of songs in a row comes on, and like I have this entire thought process that I wanted to share with all of my 80s, 90s babies out there who get all caught up in the music and we get lost in ourselves. So the words to the lyrics of the songs that we're playing, you know, were putting me in a state of mind where, you know, I was thinking of all the injustices of my past recent relationships, you know, and allowing the words of the songs to, you know, really be controlling my emotions. Like, it was putting me in this, like, sad, love lost puppy dog state.
Continuing US 101.
And I was thinking to myself, like, you know, I love this music. But I don't want to be in a sad, emotional, broken-hearted type of mood, right? Like, I really want to be happy. And then I was like, well, let's can I transcend the music? So instead of like taking myself to the past relationship of my life,
right to White Oak Avenue.
She said 22, you heard that, right? Instead of taking myself down like a rabbit hole of broken emotions and unhealed wounds, I applied the lyrics to myself, like in my imagination. The higher self, the highest version of me, you know, the person that I'm like in the process of, you know, spreading my wings and flying into, you know, the best version of me. I applied the lyrics to her, and instead of longing for something that was external, I alchemized the music and turned it into a way to look forward to falling in love with myself. So I want to share this trick with all of you, because if you're moved by music like I am, use the music to alchemize your emotions.
In 1 mile, take exit 22.
Put the focus.
Right to White Oak Avenue and then turn right.
I need to get over. Put the focus on yourself, on your heart, on your heart's desire, not being a person, but being you, and fall in love with yourself. And let the music be your tool. Let the music guide you. I hope this helps somebody. I need to pay attention to the road, like seriously pay attention to the road. It's kind of wild out here. But I love y'all. Have a good day.